In speaking to you informally today, conversationally perhaps, I can tell you that May is here, springtime, and with it such sunny weather that today seemed to offer the opportunity for seersucker and straw hats. Summertime ensemble, and wouldn't you guess I got caught in a downpour. It rained and poured, and I didn't pay it any mind at all. This is, after all, the Pacific Northwest. However, as I looked out the window of the bus, I happened to see the homeless encampment up near the Stab Lab. It's arranged on one of those islands in the middle of an intersection. It's a cluster of tents and tarps. And I thought about what an unexpected downpour of rain would mean to people in those straits. I could also see a young couple who were attached to this encampment coming from the direction of the local grocery store, and they were trundling between them a pyramidal stack of boxes. And I looked close to see what those boxes comprised. Camping supplies, perhaps, provisions. And then I realized that they were beer and wine coolers and that White Claw hard seltzer that everyone's so crazy about as of late. Libation, in short, a great big stack of libation that they were bringing into the encampment. And I could hear the myriad voices of objection and dissent. Would you look at that, when a bunch of winos, lowlife, lushes. What a bunch of degenerates. They got nothing better to do, they got no place to be, they have no purpose, so all they do is they sit there and drink. They get soused, they lazy away the whole day. What a waste of space. It would be a waste of time, a waste of breath perhaps, to offer the insights which I propose to discuss with you today to such an element so utterly devoid of sympathy or compassion. Sympathy or perhaps empathy. Next week, I'm going to tell you how it is that I happen to have these insights, how it is that I happen to know. But today, I will tell you about the link between homelessness and imbibing. One link, of course, there are no doubt many, but one in specific. I don't expect you to know this if you have never been homeless, or if you are perhaps not a drinker. Perhaps you are LDS, a Mormon, perhaps you are a Muslim, perhaps you are a teetotaler, perhaps you are allergic to alcohol, perhaps you just are not interested in imbibing. Now, again, I'm speaking in terms of alcoholic beverages, not so much toking of marijuana, hallucinogenics, or, God forbid, harder drugs, contraband, narcotics, that sort of thing. Although I imagine there is a common thread amongst them all in this one regard. No, I'm speaking of libation, intoxication, alcoholic beverages. In this case, in terms of homelessness. What I also do not expect you to know is that when you are homeless, your day does not begin when your alarm clock goes off, per se. When you hear the rustling and stirring throughout the house. It doesn't necessarily begin when you hear the percolating of your automatic coffee maker. When you are homeless, when you in fact have no roof, per se, your day begins when nature, when the sun dictates that it begins. In short, your day begins with the crack of dawn, because you cannot deny, you cannot refute daylight. In short, when your day begins, the hours stretch endlessly before you. The day seems without end. Now, this is just as true if you are homeless and yet spent the night in a homeless shelter. I am here to tell you, in a homeless shelter, when when the first streak of daylight creases the sky, you're gonna get a wake-up call. Oh yes. At the homeless shelter, it's very simple. Wake up, get out. There's the door. We don't care what you do with your day, but you are not staying here. And don't even bother loitering around out in front of the building. Get the hell out of here. That's your wake-up call at the homeless shelter. Oh, things might have changed over the years. They might have been somewhat modified, but no, that's about the bottom line. The upshot is this. The hours are distended and without end, especially if they are aimless and with no direction. On the flip side, however, when you drink, there aren't enough hours in the day. Drinking accelerates time. The hours fly past. There's no slowing them down. Unfortunately, regrettably, even those of you who might drink in what is called moderation probably know this. Imbibing makes the time rush past. And before you know it, the sun has set. And you are at long last able to embrace the escapism of darkness and, God willing, the merciful oblivion of sleep. That is why people who are destitute drink. It's one of many reasons. But attaining that millennia of serenity, feeling no pain, and not only whiling away the hours, but willing away the hours, is the motivation. I have said many times, at rock bottom, there is little else to do but laugh, laugh, laugh. That's why it looks to a rather heartless outsider as if those people are partying all day long, living it up, laughing it up, lazying it up to beat the band. At rock bottom, there is little else to do but laugh. And when you happen to have a drink in your hand, it makes it so much easier. It simply does. I submit to you no rationalization for this methodology. I'm simply telling you the whys and the wherefores behind it. And as I say, next week, I'll tell you how I know this.